we're getting an up-close look at one of downtown Marquette's newest establishments, the Ore Dock Brewing Company. Quite the operation there. Andrew LaCombe inside this morning, joining us from where the beer is brewed. Andrew?
Good morning, Vicki. Yeah, I'm nice and warm and in a great smelling place. We're at the Ore Dock Brewery, back where the beer is brewed. This is where the beer is fermented. We're going to learn more about the process. Andrea, you're the founder of this place. Tell me about what happens back here.
Yeah, well, actually, this is where the beer is made. This whole area back here is our brewery. We have a 10-barrel system in this area. If you come around with me here, we actually can see where the process starts. I guess I shouldn't say it starts. We actually use a whole grain method that comes out of there's tubes up on the ceiling here, and the grain is milled in an area on the other side of this wall, comes through these tubes, and actually gets dumped into these kettles here where we boil and make the beer. Once the beer is made in these two kettles here, it comes over to the fermenters, and that's where it's stored for a period of time while it ferments and gets ready for consumption.
Let's tell me about your capacity and just about the time it takes for this process.
Yeah, this is a 10-barrel system, like I said. So when you think about a party keg, for instance, that's a half barrel. So there's 20 half barrels in one of these tanks, and that's how much we can produce of one beer at a time. The process itself, our brewer comes in fact, he's in right now. He's an early riser, and he gets started early. Usually we brew one batch a day, sometimes more than one, sometimes two, but it usually takes anywhere from 4 to 8 hours for the whole process and getting everything cleaned up. As you can see, it's a very clean space, so it's not as clean when we're brewing. Everything's going on. There's a lot of excitement, but at the end of the day, everything gets cleaned up and the beer gets in the fermenter and it's ready to go. So.
There's another place where it's stored over here in the barrels too?
Yeah, actually, if you want to take a walk around here, we do have an area where we age beer for a while, and it's a pretty common process to age beer in barrels. What we have here are wine barrels, actually from California, and what's really interesting about aging beer in wine barrels is it really imparts some of that wine flavor into the barrels. Another neat thing you can do in barrels is do another fermentation process that creates what's called a sour beer, and that has a very different flavor as well. In fact, some people think that tastes more like a champagne.
Okay, and now you have plenty of beer here, then you also are seated around town now.
Yeah, we started distributing, and many of the local restaurants and eateries do have our beer, which is so exciting for us. You know, it just provides another place for people to try the beer, especially over a meal. There's nothing better than a really good beer paired with excellent local food, so we're really excited about that.
Okay, thanks so much, Andrea. We're going to be talking to you a little bit more later. We're going to be here all morning. We're going to head out into the place that people might be more familiar with, where they come and enjoy the beer. We're going to check out both the downstairs and upstairs part here at the Ore Dock Brewing Company. So we'll be back here again later on this morning. So stay with us. We're going to head back to the studio now, live in Marquette this morning. Andrew LaCombe, TV6 News.
Today we're picking up more information about the Ore Dock Brewing Company. They're coming up quickly on their first anniversary. And for an up-close look, we're going to join Andrew LaCombe downtown Marquette for more on what's happening. Andrew?
Yeah, good morning, Vicki. Earlier we were checking out where they brew the beer. Now we're in the area where people enjoy the beer that's brewed down here at the Ore Dock. Now they're right off of Spring Street here in Marquette. Now you can see the street outside, and this is a garage door with these windows here that opens up during the summer. I don't have to explain why it's closed right now. We're joined now by Angela Holland. She's the Associate General Manager here at Ore Dock, and you're going to tell me about how you're participating in Downtown Marquette Student Art Month.
Yeah, we chose, along with many other businesses downtown, to take on a student from NMU. This one here is Andre Ring. She did some photography, and her statement was to take time with everything you do. So each one of her overlays has some kind of thing to do with time, whether it's the clock or the hands here. But she's a last-year art student. We took a second student on upstairs as well, but this student was able to display downstairs.
And now there's plenty of other downtown businesses participating, and they're all throughout the downtown throughout the month, and so things are up for sale too?
Yep. You can purchase any of the paintings we have upstairs and any of the photography downstairs. It was an option for the students. These girls really did want to sell their work for obvious reasons, and they're beautiful work. One of the pieces upstairs actually has sold already too, and so they provide a portfolio with the prices and the requests and everything too.
Now, this is a fun place between the art and just the atmosphere, and something that I think adds to this. It's fun for all ages. Are the games that you have down here? It's pretty unique. Just tell me about. Do people come in here often to enjoy these?
Yeah, they do. We actually have our own collection, and it's funny, we have to replace a lot of the games over time. They get kind of beat up. And people actually have started bringing in their own games and we did have a game night on Wednesday night, and people still consistently come. They bring all kinds of games I've never even heard of sometimes, but a famous one here definitely is the Sorry and the Scrabble. We have big groups that come in and play Scrabble.
Those are classic games, and I know TV6's Beth Cephalou, she loves board games, so we have to get her down here. She's always bugging us to play board games, so we have to get her down here because this just looks like fun for anyone. Now, of course, the reason that this place is here is for your beer that we checked out earlier. Do you want to tell us about what you've got on tap and just about your setup here?
Yeah, definitely. Right now we have 8 beers on tap. We actually just debuted a new gluten-free beer for a lot of people that can't have the gluten. It has a rice and a sorghum malt in it. Then also we specialize in both Belgians and American styles, so we divide the chalkboard up kind of evenly usually. There has been a few staples that we're keeping on: the Belgian Blonde, the Dreamweaver, the Saison, and the Porter, and also coming on this week, the Ore Dock IPA. Will be batches that you'll see consistently on the chalkboard. But just about, we try to rotate 2 each week come on and 2 go off, but then we have the staples that stay on as well.
Okay, now Angela, a big part of your job is booking the live entertainment that happens in the upstairs here. We're going to check out the upstairs. That opened in the fall. This space opened just about a year ago, last May. Yep. So exciting times down here at the Ore Dock, and we'll be checking out more coming up in the next half hour. So thanks for being here, and we're going to head back to the studio now live in downtown Marquette. Andrew LaCombe, TV6 News.
This morning we're getting an up-close look at one of downtown Marquette's newer establishments. The Ore Dock Brewing Company continues to grow in operations. Andrew LaCombe back at the dock to find out more. Hey, Andrew.
Hey, Vicki. Yeah, we're upstairs at the Ore Dock Brewing Company. Take a look around here. This is an amazing place. I'm on a swing right now. This is very cool. But look at how big this place is and just all the different things on the walls. Now, I'm joined again by Andrea and Angela. Just tell me what the space used to be.
Well, when we first saw this space, when we were looking at this building, there were actually 30 cars parked on the second level. There was a ramp that came from the downstairs to the upstairs, and the cars were driven up and stored. And so it was just very much a garage space, essentially.
All right, and we're going to walk down through the space now, and you've got some more art on the walls. You were talking about the Downtown Marquette Student Art Month, and so tell me about the artists that you have up here.
We have Jasmine Stater up here. She is a last year NMU art student as well. She does some work. This one is a painting on a tapestry. Her other work, she actually takes the tapestry off and gets it wet, scrunches it up, dries it out, and then paints on it to give it more of a 3D effect.
Okay, and so you've got more work on the walls here as we head down this bar, this huge bar. You've got all your beer up here, and you have how many beers on tap?
We have 8 on tap right now. Okay,
and something that I think we're noticing that's very cool. Andrew, you're telling me about these bar stools.
Yeah, actually, we designed these bar stools ourselves. We were having trouble deciding what we wanted to put up here. With it being such a unique space, we wanted unique stools. And so these are actually made out of pipe fittings, as you can see. My father and my father-in-law and my uncle put these together, so we made them all ourselves.
Very neat. And as we head over to this nice big open space now, Angela, this is where you book a lot of bands and musical groups, right?
Yep, I do. We try to have music at least every Friday and Saturday, if not just one Friday or Saturday every weekend. And we have a band coming up this Friday night, Daryl Syria Project.
All right, and it sounds like there's a record sale coming up here on Saturday?
Yeah, on Saturday between 5 and 10 we'll have a record sale. We have food from Dia de los Tacos, and the owner of Dia de los Tacos' brother collects records. And so from 5 to 10 this Saturday, he's going to have 3,200 records for sale, and also pairing with the tacos. So you can buy a taco and a record.
Okay, and you use this as a community space, too. I know that was a big part of why you opened here. Tell me about one fundraiser that's coming up here, one event.
Yeah, actually, we have a UPAWS fundraiser coming up, and I think Angela can talk a little bit more about that.
Yeah, it'll be April 14th. There'll be a cover. It's an all ages. It's a Sunday night. So there'll be a $5 cover. All the proceeds go to UPAWS, and they'll have music. And also, most likely, Dia de los Tacos will make an appearance selling some tacos, too.
All right, well, Angela and Andrea, thanks so much for joining us and giving us a look around here. Now, when there aren't bands up here in this nice big space, there's one game that's really popular for people to play. It's called Cornhole. I don't know if you've seen it with the bean bags and the shoot usually play against someone, but I'm just going to throw a couple in here. I need to switch. I'm not left-handed. And I'm going to play this, and we'll send things back to the studio. So we'll see you later, Vicki and Sean, and live in Marquette this morning, Andrew LaCombe, TV6 News.
Wait, before you throw that, real quick question, Andrew. Sean wants to know if they give tours. I don't know if you heard that or not. Oh, he's too into his game. We'll find out.
Do they give tours here?
Yes.
Yeah, actually, we do tours downstairs. We do them more in the summer months because we get a lot of people that have never been here before, and so they want to see what's going on in the brewery. But when we are down there in the earlier segment, we like to do a tour of the brewery. And then I think this summer we're going to try to also do some beer pairing and some classes on beer as well. So that'll take place up in the upstairs community space.
Okay, and I know you have a great Facebook page that gives people more information about how to contact you, so people can check that out. So Sean, now you know.
All right, thank you very much. And now that we're all caught up, your TV6 Morning News will be right back.